Alright, welcome back guys to another video. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about how that magical number of $10,000 in savings is life changing. I'm sure you guys have seen a few of these videos getting around YouTube by now and talked about all over the internet, but $10,000, there's just something about it. It wouldn't really matter if you had $9,000 or $10,000, but just that nice square number of $10,000. So I honestly think your first $10,000 is going to be harder than the first $50,000. And the reason that is that the whole thing is due to the mind shift that is involved in trying to get the ball rolling and starting your own journey in financial freedom and understanding, I guess, the sacrifices that you need to make to start saving money and sticking to a budget, getting out of debt, and doing all these things. But it is well and truly worth the effort. So the first reason that I think this stuff is life-changing is that it offers protection from credit cards and loans. That's right. In a sense, you can become your own bank. There's been a few times since I've had the 10K emergency fund where I've had to dip in and take $1,000 or $2,000 here, and eventually I just spend the next week or two and slip this money back in and build it up. And so you're your own bank in the sense that you can take from this money if you need to for emergencies. Now, obviously, emergencies aren't like holidays over to Miami or anything like that. I'm talking about something goes wrong with the car, or you got to get a service, I don't know, the water pipe bursts, whatever it is. But it helps protect from the predatory interest rates from credit cards and loans. Even like, it's not Afterpay, but there's another service over here in Australia, and just the fees from this stuff is ridiculous. Credit cards over here are like 22 to 25%. Even some of these loans, I've seen people racking car loans from 14 to 18%. Personal loans, again, 15, 16%. And like, this is going to help you if you have, a car breakdown, or you have a pipe burst and you got to ring a plumber. So be sure to use that money for that. Get that built up and create that buffer. Talking about buffers, the next thing it's going to do is it creates a buffer for life expenses. Now, I'm talking about in the sense that the unfortunate thing happens and you lose your job. I don't want to wish this on anybody, but we know this shit happens. And if you've got 10K put away, $10,000, that's a solid chunk of change, man. That could be like 3 to 6 months worth of expenses, depending on how cheaply you can live. So that's going to protect you. It's going to make you feel a little bit less on edge at work as well. You know, if you have a shitty day and you're worried you might lose your job, you make a mistake, you know you're going to be good for a few months and you should be able to find yourself another job in that time. What else this is going to do is it's going to help your risk tolerance go up automatically. And look, this could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. Obviously, think through your investments, think through the things you're going to do. But by risk tolerance, I mean, you might think, I've got that 10 grand sat there. I've just got another $1,000. Maybe I can go buy that pressure washer and start using my weekends to power wash driveways. Or maybe I could spend $500 on detergent and some chemicals and start a car cleaning business on a weekend. Like, your tolerance to do things out of the box, maybe even start your own business, the risk opportunity and the adversity, it's going to be there once you've got this money put away. You know, like anyone that's watched this channel for a while knows I had my own business. I would not have been able to do that without having that $10,000 emergency fund. And even now, like, I've left that business and I'm back at a standard job that pays me quite well. But I still, from time to time of a weekend, like, I have the gear here to detail and clean cars. So I go ahead, and every so often on the weekends, I might go and make myself an extra $250, $500 a day. And because I've been able to invest some money and take that risk, I can do that. Today's video is brought to you by me. That's right, I don't have any sponsors. But hey, if you'd like to drop me even as much as $1 so that I can enjoy a cup of coffee, I'd highly appreciate that. So you can find the link down below in the description to buy me a coffee. Now, our last thing that I want to talk about is going to be that opportunities start to appear everywhere around you. And that could be job offers where you'd normally go, I can't afford to take that risk. But, well, you've got 10 grand. Maybe you can afford to take that risk. And if it doesn't pan out, you've still got time to maybe go back to your old job or find another job. As well as that, you'd be surprised about the investments that just seem to pop up. Maybe you can play it a little bit riskier than the S&P 500. Maybe you can dump $1,000 or $2,000 into crypto. Not saying I advise you to do that, but you can look at all these other things, because yeah, opportunities are going to start to appear. You might have someone that wants to go into business, or you might have an opportunity where you can lend someone money and they can pay you back fucking twice as much. Like these things, they do happen, and it's kind of weird, and it's like the universe is pushing it out there, and these opportunities, these doors around you are going to open. So if you're feeling like you really want that stability and that you want that anxiety to taper back a little bit, you need to build yourself a decent $10,000 emergency fund. And to be honest, I know like Dave Ramsey's a big fan of talking about, build $1,000 emergency fund. Fuck the $1,000 emergency fund. Build the $10,000 emergency fund. That way, you're never going to have to go back into credit card debt. If your car, I can't think of a huge expense on a car to be over 10 grand unless like your engine and your transmission shits itself. And even then, you're going to have 10 grand there. You can go buy yourself a decent hoopty, some busted ass half decent car that's going to get you around for 12 months until you can save up and buy yourself something half decent again. So go ahead, build that emergency fund. I cannot stress that enough, you guys. So again, it's only going to be a quick video today, but if you've been getting anything out of this content, please do like, subscribe, and comment. But yeah, I had the 10 grand emergency fund before I'd paid all the debt out. Even now, I'm still, if you've seen the latest episode, we're on the road to $500,000 of net worth, and that includes paying out the last tiny bit of debt that I have from my car. I could do it now with what money I've got put away, but it'd almost deplete the emergency fund that I've got in play. So yeah, emergency fund, pay out the debt, and then start smashing that money into the investments, and you are going to set yourself up for wealth and an easier life as you get a little bit older. Alright guys, as always, thank you for taking the time out of your day to spend the time to even watch this video and listen to me ramble on. And I will see you guys in the next one.